Hello, 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 and welcome to the afternoon session of day 2 in this second Backyard Cricket England Test match. Alex's 11 have had a bit of a shocker up till now, and they're going to resume on 16 for 2, still trailing by 38. Dan's 11 in control of this game, but they'll be wanting to break this partnership between the dangerous Borat and Maguire. Let's go back to the Woldingham Dome and see if they can do just that. Neil Murphy next. Such a sparky, energetic player, a much improved bowler. Let's see what he can produce. That's a nice bit of timing from Maguire. Picked his gap perfectly there. He's off the mark. Lovely stroke, actually, that. Placed it brilliantly. But he's just got to stay patient. Most important thing is that he's still there. Oh, he doesn't miss out on that. That's an absolute pudding from Neil Murphy. That is a hit me ball, and Maguire not about to turn down the invitation. Doubles his score. Full toss to finish. A nice stroke. Neil Murphy really struggled in that over, and Maguire's taken advantage. 30 for 2. That's good batting. Good batting from Rob Maguire. It's a strong area for him. Very nice play up through the offside. And if you give him a low full toss out there, he's never going to miss out. Well played. That's good from West. But he's now capable of bowling the odd good one. Added a little bit of in-swing in this series as well. It's not something we normally see from him. But Borat has cashed in there. It's another loose one. Just struggled in the last couple of overs, Dan's team. Last couple of overs, 2 or 3 overs, have just been a little off the pace since the part-timers have come on, and that's not going to help their cause. Another 4. You can't bowl short at Ricky Borat. Especially not at Crowther's pace. It's just going to sit up. It's a hit-me ball. And Borat, learning from his mistake in the first innings when he smashed it over the fence, made sure he kept that one down. Leaves that alone. Couple of balls to go in the over. And right behind that, that's better from Crowther. Deficit just 3. Another one goes down. 51 for 2. Now, who have we got? New bowling rotation. I think it's going to be Yusuf Sharif. Need another wicket here. This game can get away from you surprisingly quickly in this format. And if these two get going for any length of time, the picture will look a little different. Alex's 11 will feel minimum they've got to set a target of 100. But that probably won't be enough to make this game absolutely certain. Anything over 200 in the 4th innings is quite a steep chase. But that looks a long way off at the moment. For now, it will just be about staying competitive, taking the game deep, fighting for as long as they can. They've been good at that throughout this series so far. Had moments in both games where they've been well behind the 8 ball, but have responded well and stayed patient. And they've got to show that kind of character again here. This partnership 40 already, and it doesn't feel like either of them have settled yet. But they've managed to put the bad balls away and benefited from some extras. Good over this from Sharif up to now. And another good one to finish. Maguire keeps it out. Bowled him in the first innings with an absolute ripper, Sharif, and it wasn't too dissimilar to that last ball there. Well played from Maguire. And I'm surprised he's not gone to either Safia or Ramsey here. Looks like it's going to be Gurpal Singh. You'd think with Ricky Borat still early in his innings, you get your best bowlers on as quickly as possible, and Gurpal Singh is a fine bowler. But you feel the stars in this team, Safia and Ramsey, are the ones you'd want bowling at him. Not to say that Singh can't do the job, and he started well. Oh, now this was a theme in the first innings. They really went after Ricky Borrett's leg stump in the first innings. They've not really done so much today. Oh, where's that? Well fielded from Crowther. Not showing the same willingness to attack the leg stump as they did in the first innings here. It's something that Borrett will be wary of. Oh, that's gone right across him. I think that'll be a wide. Yeah, it is. There's been a problem for Dan's team across this series. Even when they've had the pressure on and they've been bowling well, they just give away far too many extras. Seen it already, 21 of them here. Neither of these two batsmen have looked particularly settled into their work yet, but they've already put on 42. Just too many cheap runs available, and it's cost Dan's team in the first test. He'll be hoping it doesn't cost them here. Decent over that from Singh besides the wide. And it is going to be Crowther, used early again. Going to see if they can tempt Maguire into doing something a bit silly, as we saw with Smith against Mogridge earlier. Can they get Maguire doing something daft? Oh, they very nearly did. The outcome is 6. Barely went above shin height, but Sam Dennis at square leg was in the game there. How close was it? Not particularly, actually. Might be doing Maguire a disservice. He's actually played that pretty well. Stayed in control of that. Didn't overhit it. Picked his gap. Sathya into Borrett. Really has looked the part at number 3, Maguire. He's looked in control of himself. He's looked calm. He's got the shots. And he's shown a lot of resilience as Borrett backs into another one. He'll do this all day, Ricky Borrett. Anything that's not pitched right up on his toes, he's happy to let them hit him. Trust the bounce. Trust that it's going to go over the top. Oh, it's good again. Intriguing battle this between these two. Two informed players, two standout players. The teenager Sathya and Ricky Borrett. And he's let it hit him again. 3 out of 4 he's let hit him, Borrett. Sathya's got to find a way to counter this. Absorbing battle, as it has been whenever these two have been at each other. Oh, it's a good ball. Stares him down, Sathya. Brings such a great energy and enjoyment to every game. Such a popular player around the squads. Brilliantly gifted young man. Last ball was a bit loose, but a good start this from Sathya. He's yet to concede a run. 61 for 2. Dennis again, bowled a tidy enough first over. He's been decent in this series, picked for his batting, Sam Dennis. He was a bit of an unknown quantity with the ball, but he's performed well so far. That may well go for 4, and it does. Plays that drive nicely, Maguire. Plays it in such a way that it never really looks as though he's trying to hit with any power. It almost feels like he just wafts the bat out there. But he times it so well. Things just starting to settle down here for Alex's team. Starting to feel a little more comfortable. But 1 wicket now changes everything. The longer these two are in, the more Alex's team will feel as though they can get something out of this game. That's a nice shot and well fielded. And good take as well from Dan Mears. Good cricket all around that. Too far down leg. Not quite carried the same threat as he did in the first innings, Ramsey. Set such a high standard for himself on debut. Absolutely brilliant in the first innings. Not quite been able to match that so far today. But he's a very intelligent cricketer, very thoughtful cricketer. And you'd feel he'll be able to come up with something. That's not what he wanted to come up with, overpitched. And the great strength of Borrett and Maguire is that they've not missed out on the rare loose balls up to now. Made sure they put them away. And that was no exception. And leaves it alone. So they've survived Ramsey's over. 4 more left in this rotation. The lead is 15. Who's left? Neil Murphy, Max Mogridge, Dan Mears himself, and Randolph West. And it looks like it is going to be Neil Murphy. Be hoping he can prize something out. Got 3 for in the first test. Gets away with that. Good fielding from Sathya. Loving the sleeves rolled up look from Neil Murphy. Really is quite a unique cricketer, quite a unique guy, and well, that is absolute rubbish in all fairness. Giving himself the tank top look like he's going to rush in at 90 miles an hour, and then he's bowled. Really, arguably the worst delivery of the whole game. Let's see if he can respond. Maguire moves to 30. Oh, that's a pudding as well. Absolute pie from Neil Murphy. He sees the funny side. He's been a much improved player with the ball, Neil Murphy, and he's bowled well in this series. But this over has not been a good one. You've got to justify that look if you're going to go with the sleeves rolled up look, and it's a full toss and 4. No ball as well. If you're going to roll your sleeves up and charge in like that, you've got to back it up, and he's not been able to do so far. It's been an awful over in truth. Maguire needs to keep his composure though. Easy to overcommit and do something silly, and he's had a waft at that one. Needs to keep his head, Maguire, not get carried away. If Murphy can land one on the spot here, there's every chance he can get a spectacular result. Last ball of the over. And he has finished it well. Good couple to finish that from Murphy, and otherwise poor over. 81 for 2. And before you know it, this game looks a lot more even now. 27 the lead for Alex's team. Maguire looks set. He's starting to motor. 34 without really breaking a sweat. Ricky Borrett, 16. Getting himself going still. And he's got Randy West to contend with on debut. Round the wicket then, Randy West to Ricky Borrett. 6, good shot. Seizes on anything on his legs, Ricky Borrett, especially early in his innings. You cannot give him anything on those pads. He's so strong on the front foot through the leg side. Now it's barely left the ground, but it's gone for 6. Smashed. 4. Lovely shot. Just signs now that Borrett is starting to motor. Just starting to find his rhythm. That was a good over for him. Played that brilliantly. It's a bit sloppy from Gurpal Singh in the field, but in fairness, it came quickly. 10 off that over. Just Mogridge and Mears left in this rotation. Looks as though it's going to be Mogridge first. Got himself a massive wicket already here. Got the captain. But since then, it's been a bit of a battle for Dan's team. And that's another pie. Maguire controls himself well there. Just starting to get a bit sloppy now for Dan's 11. This is just starting to run away with them a little bit here. No, and that's popped. Just feels like you're waiting forever for it, Mogridge. He can do that, as we saw with the Smith dismissal. He can just tempt you into getting through the shot a little early. As you can see there as well, Maguire's not got hold of that one, but crucially hit it downwards. Where's that? Good fielding. Just off camera there, it was James Crowther. Reeled it in brilliantly. And look at that, partnership 88 already. It's come up in no time. Too many extras for Dan's team and too many loose balls for these two to cash in. Game looks a lot more evenly balanced now. And it's up to the captain himself. He's the last bowler in this rotation and they desperately need something from him here. Things are just starting to get away from them a little bit. Lead is 45. No need to panic. certainly still got the fate of this game in their own hands, but they'll be just becoming a little irritated by this partnership. Don't want it going on too much longer. Still got 7 more wickets to take after the next one. Don't want to leave themselves too much to do. Especially when you consider that no team has ever won chasing in a Backyard England test. So the smaller the target, the more likely they are to break that duck. Good start to this over from Mears. And again, just hurried Borat a little bit there. Good again. Good again, Dan Mears. His first over was good. Second hasn't lacked anything for comparison. It's been a really good start to the series from him. We've not seen anything from him with the bat up to now in this series particularly. He's not been able to get going with the willow. But with the ball, he's had an excellent start across the first 2 tests. Just not had any reward to show for it. That's a nice shot from Borat. But good fielding again out there. I think it was Crowther again. Maiden over. 99 for 2 off 20. Yusuf Sharif is going to start this rotation as he did the last one. Good ball. That's the area you've got to target with Maguire. His wicket area, if you're bowling at him, is that he can sometimes lunge on that front foot and leave a bit of a gap between bat and pad. He's been dismissed a couple of times in this series to in-swingers through that gate. And he was last year as well. He's got quite a compact technique. But if there is one loose element to it, it probably is that. But he's found the answers to most questions that have been asked of him in this series so far. He's adapted very well as a top order batsman. Oh, and where's that? Has he got bat on that? He has. It's 4. I think it was a leading edge. Don't think it carried to Murphy as a catch in at short cover. Oh, it may well have done. I think that's gone through Murphy's legs. Can we call that a drop? Might well have gone through Murphy's legs in the air there. Good bit of bowling from Sharif. And a good follow-up as well. I think Maguire may have got away with one there. But it brings up 100 for Alex's team. Having been 11 for 2. They would have given you an arm for this position. They lead by 49 and they're still only 2 down. Brilliant from these two. Rob Maguire's 42 is a career best, overtaking his 40 from the first test. Looks like a bit of a delay. I believe there's an issue with the ball. Looks as though it is going to be Alvin Sathya when we eventually do get going again. I think the ball just getting a bit of retaping there. I think we're ready to go. Alvin Sathya to Ricky Borat. Oh, he's got bat on it. That's a nick. How close was that to Crowther? Just starting to create chances now, Dan's team, and Sathya reacted as though that was a good chance. Oh, big edge, and Crowther just late moving to it. Again, technically not able to call that a drop, but it is a big chance, and they've brought the extra slip in. Well, after sort of 10 or 15 overs of resolute, quiet resistance from these two, they've both offered a chance in the last 5 minutes and got away with both of them. That was the better opportunity of the two. Crowther just didn't react to it, didn't get his feet across. Good again from Sathya, he's been excellent, as he so often is. He's caused Borat problems here. The usual impenetrable barrier that is Ricky Borat is starting to look a little rattled. He has that extra pace, Sathya. Got that extra yard of pace that can rush a batsman. Even someone as composed and confident as Borat can start to look a little uncomfortable, a little flustered. And that's how it's been for him in this over. He's got to get through these last couple of balls, Borat. Big test for him here. Oh, and that's a beauty. What a ripper that is. Just back in survival mode now, Borat, having started to look as though he was taking control of things. Sathya has pushed him back into resistance mode. It's been a brilliant over. One ball left in it. What can he produce, the young man? And lets that hit him. That was a brilliant over from Alvin Sathya. Wasn't able to get the breakthrough that they need, but brilliantly bowled all the same. Ricky Borat survives, 107 for 2. Well, a pretty much flawless session there for Alex's 11 between lunch and tea. Ricky Borat and Rob Maguire, excellent. Their partnership just 4 shy of a century now, and they've dragged their side right back into this game. Join us again next time, and we'll see how the day finishes up. Dan's 11 in urgent need of wickets. Alex's 11 hoping this partnership can ride on a little bit longer.